Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Zippy zappy.
By the beauty of Wi-Fi. I'm sure you did.
I'm kind of special, man. Exactly, you got it right.
Happy New Year, boys. I haven't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Merci,
Happy New Year,
Mathieu.
boys. Bonne année.
Yeah.
I don't know what to mean.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm glad we had some World Juniors to watch. It's been painful being a Habs fan the last couple of weeks. Holy crap.
It was good to be able to switch from one game to the other.
That's right. I like it was just last week. It was 5-2, and then it was 7-2, and then it was 9-2. I'm like, they can't lose 11-2. Look at this.
What a beauty.
The best troll job of 2022. The best troll job of 2022. Hands down.
Wait. I need a picture of my screen just for that. Can you stand up or back up or do something? Get the chair out of the way. Let me do that again. Perfect.
Perfect. So perfect.
I'm tweeting it live, man. Hello, guys.
Jersey's decent quality, Pat? The jersey's decent quality? Like, was it worth all the work you did for the 500 retweets? Sweater, man. You this one. You know what? That one there, that might be a jersey.
Shit, I've been muted all that time, guys. Good job.
Again.
Are you recording the audio?
I'm not recording at all, so we'll have a late start as usual. Okay, I fixed it, guys. I'm sorry again. The excitement was too much with my Matthews sweater.
Start the anthem again.
Yeah?
Take-
Oh,
take-
could you
take-
hear that?
So what's working and what's not? Yeah, stand up, huh?
Champions! Nice. Hey Brian, what's the line? What's the line behind you, man? Is that like
The greatest line in the 20th century of the Montreal Canadiens, Max Pacioretty, David Desharnais,
Oh,
and Randy Cole. Eric Cole.
Did you call him Randy? Randy Cole. Awesome, dude.
Okay, so we got to talk about that play. Joshua Wah. What a
Who?
play.
Who?
Exactly. Exactly.
That Chinese guy. Joshua.
Let it say Joshua Roy is the best Q player in that tournament ever with 19 points in the
Is that
tournament.
so?
Yeah,
Wow, good for him.
but that's amazing. And to just say that he's a 5th round pick, what a steal for the Habs.
Yeah, I say this
You-
completely objectively. He's better than Shane, right? Come on,
Be objective.
give me a laugh, guys.
I mean, it's like, was it even a joke? Right?
Ouch.
It is what
Yeah.
it is, man. Wright didn't have the best tournament. Let's and like that doesn't mean you're ragging on him. That doesn't mean any of that
Well,
shit.
he did have a big goal tonight. Big fucking
Yes, he
backender.
Yeah, he played a big game.
Yep, it was a good game for him tonight.
Good for him. But I don't care about it.
It's nice of the it's nice of the Habs to not send Slavkovsky so he can have his moment.
Yeah, right?
Right?
They knew what they were doing.
Would the Canadian team be in its in that position if it wasn't for the Slovaks game? Like with Slavkovsky in the Slovakian team, would Canada have passed them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they played an amazing game.
Yeah,
They
no,
did.
I agree, but yeah, I maybe that's the spark Shane Wright needed, and he would have fucking dominated. Who knows, right? He's that type of proud little guy, right? No.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Mathieu, you're drinking tonight, right?
Yes.
What are you drinking, man?
You guys know I'm not a smoker, so I went another route. I got a drink, and since you guys, I don't know if
Clamato saison,
I tried to go spicy just because I was with you guys.
Yeah, you know we're spicy.
I love it.
You know
I love
us.
it. Let's,
So let me take a
No,
sip.
let's-
I've been watching hockey and setting this up for a long time. I haven't had a dab in a long time, so I'm gonna have one.
Yeah,
I got
go
a cold
ahead.
start one going. Hey Pat, you asked me one time what cold
Yeah,
start
yeah.
was. You,
Well, how-
you
yeah.
put the shitter in first.
Okay,
right?
so
And
explain
then
something to me. How does it not
Okay.
just burn while you're torching it?
You heat it up until the point where you start to see it, and then like
Okay.
it's a hot temperature dab, 100%. It's a hot dab.
But it's a
but-
cold start.
You know, yeah. So let's watch, I guess.
Let's watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So what you do
Matt-
is you do.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No, I was gonna
No,
ask
it's all right.
Mathieu if he was gonna go real spicy and show us his cock, or it was just the sriracha part.
Don't we usually wait till the end?
Oh,
I thought we
yeah.
wait till
Yeah,
the
but
end, turn the video
every-
off and just the audio.
Yeah, I thought Mathieu, since he's way sexier, could have done it for the people out there. You know,
Fair enough.
we're two big guys. Not everybody wants to see that. But Mathieu's a pretty hot sex symbol back in Laval, so I thought maybe he would share with everybody.
Yeah.
that look, bro.
Yeah. So that's what this pod is about.
Yeah, that's what this. Kinda. I have this left over I could smoke, but I kind of want to wait for my fat banana now. Speaking of showing Mathieu's cock, I'm gonna wait for this fat banana. Nice.
Nice.
So, boys,
You want to see
what-
my camel tongue?
your camel tongue. Awesome, dude. Oh, that's
No,
awesome.
that was
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
It's not. Like, look. Okay, let's pay a little homage to Team Canada. It's not going to be a camel toe today. It's going to be a moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle, I like it.
Thereby.
Nice. So is that in relation with Knuckles, like Chris Nyland at all? The moose knuckle? He's Knuckles, right?
We'll have to ask him. Nyland, get on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'd love it. I'd love it. So you guys want to talk about which game first? Should be.
Oh
an
God,
easy-
when was the last time we pod? It's been since before Christmas.
It's been a while. I had a quick one with Mathieu between in the.
Quick one, man. It was our longest one ever. We did the recap of the 2022 season.
Well, you caught me
Starting
off
with
guard with the fucking
Chantal
shots. man.
Machabé hiring last year. Today is 1 year, by the way, for Chantal Machabé. So congratulations to her.
Good for
Happy
her,
Ma-
My
man.
biggest disappointment was to never have her on our podcast because she had confirmed in the past on our other podcast that she would come, but then she got the job with the Habs, so we never really got to.
And that's what you get for leaving Jeff in charge of anything. That's what you
Yeah.
get, man.
And that's why he's not here.
Throwing jabs while the guy's not there to defend
love this.
himself. I fucking love it.
I love Jeff, but
I love
think that's
Jess.
my biggest
Jeff.
disappointment from the past. But
Yeah, for
It was a huge show we did, Pat. Not a quick one.
It felt quick to me.
Yeah,
There are always
felt
big shows on
really
here,
special to me.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Well, jeez, let's just talk about Caulfield's goals, maybe. The only guy who wasn't slowing down.
Oh, he did have a rough batch, kinda. Him and Suzuki had.
It's not Suzuki. It's not Caulfield. I think it's more Suzuki that's having a rough patch.
Yeah.
And maybe it's translating in maybe less opportunities for Caulfield, but when he gets them, he's still scoring.
He's still putting the puck in the net, yeah.
Yeah. Little
I wanna-
22-year-old boy has scored 22 up to now. It's a pretty good feature, and kid is a superstar.
He is.
Yeah. What do we think is a reasonable contract? Do you think it's gonna go over 8, or it's gonna be 8? Over under on $8 million.
Okay, so I don't have an answer to that, but if it's 8 flat or under, that's a kid giving us a favor. It is.
Yeah.
That's a kid
Yeah.
taking a discount. So I will say he's going to take the same contract as Suzuki because he's a good kid and he wants to play here and he's having fun.
I think it'll be just under 8.5. That's what I think.
Yeah. Okay, similar to Suzuki.
Who are the comparables in terms of productivity?
That's different, but goals are worth something, and Suzuki brings something that's worth more. So it's
Yeah, well, I was going to talk about the guy behind Brian, Pacioretty. He's a scorer with little defensive upside, but he can put it in the net. Okay?
Yep.
And what is his contract? I'm not too familiar with his numbers ever since he got here. But he's now getting 8. Or is he?
I think it's in that range.
You know the difference between Suzuki, Pacioretty, and Caulfield, though?
The heart?
Caulfield is a power forward.
Caulfield carries his team into the playoffs.
Oh. Okay, hang on. Let's go see.
Pacioretty has a $7 million contract.
What is it?
7.
That's
Okay, so
it?
here's-
Jeez, I thought he got more than that.
Okay, here's the guys.
AAV
Seven
is 7 million.
back a few years ago when he
Ending
signed
this
that.
year, though.
So if he did, if it's like to the same value, that contract would probably be around 8.7 today, right? With the value that raised since he signed it.
How did you get the 0.7, man? I'm sorry.
Quick maths, man.
Quick math?
Yeah, I was gonna say 9, but 9 was too much. I tried to round it
Mhm.
up quickly under it. It's
Yeah.
approximate.
But I would give him like 7-8 year contract for 8.5. I think that would be a reasonable contract. I think it's reasonable numbers. It gives him the opportunity, still at a young age, to renegotiate for another bigger contract eventually.
Yep.
So he's not a losing. He's not losing in that terms. If he's really scoring, good for him. If he stops scoring, well, he got a few $1 million in the bank. He's cashing in.
Would you guys consider anything less than that if he stayed in RFA? Like if he had to negotiate with us for his next contract, I would consider a little bit more. Like if he took, well, like how old is he now? 20? He's 22.
22, just right.
So he was playing at 18. So I imagine he could take a 5-year deal and still be an RFA at the end of it. If my math is adding up.
He's 22. The way I see it, I don't even mention that. I'm like, listen, kid, we're together forever. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares if you
Right.
go UFA, man? We'll negotiate you as a UFA when that time comes. We're not worried. We love you. We want to make it happen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the option if you sign him for a 5 now and the option to sign an 8 after, that's a 13-year asset and it's worth more money to the player. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Like if he's going to go right into UFA after this contract, then it is what it is. You pay him his worth. But if you're going to pay him a little bit extra to become to stay an RFA for his next deal, I mean, like, I'm not saying it's the way it should be done, but like that's what happened with Marner and Matthews and them, right? So
I'm just trying to understand what's that for Caulfield. That's a favor for us, right? If he's still RFA.
yeah, but that's why you pay him more instead of 8.5.
sure,
You
nine.
might
Sure.
9.5.
give him
You give him
over
5.
Yeah, exactly.
The way I approach, and again, that's just me, but the way I approach that is, kid, doesn't matter how you want to structure it. You will retire in that sweater. no stress. So relax, kid. Just that's the way I see it. I don't know if he takes that.
Right.
But
I think
as
you're
a
talking
GM,
with
I
his
would be
agent, though. Like,
zero.
you're barely talking with Caulfield.
You talk with players too. I remember Bergevin talking
Barely.
about having discussions with the players themselves also, right? Then when it's official, fucking offers and counter offers, it's 100% agents. But you talk to the player, right? You don't just fucking blind it with the players, right? You want a feeling from them directly. I feel like. Anyway, that was a lot of fucking words, man.
That fat banana slips off your tongue, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to quote. That's what's happening. I wanted to quote someone that tweeted a poll on Twitter, guys.
Yeah.
It's Etienne Ferland in French. He tweeted lequel de ces espoirs du CH connaîtra la plus belle carrière. Which of these Habs prospects will have the best career? Joshua Roy, Owen Beck, Philippe Méchard, Lane Hudson. And I was like,
repeat them.
Joshua Roy, Owen Beck, Philippe Méchard, Lane Hudson. Which is gonna have the best NHL career? And I found it was I didn't click a choice yet. Go on his page, guys, when you have a chance. Etienne Ferland, go vote for him.
Like if I'm answering just off of what I know right now, I would say Machar.
Owen Beck is pretty.
Oh wow!
Oh man, I don't. Yeah. It's hard for me to pick one.
It's a hard question. It's a great question. I think the position, I'm going after center immediately, because fair. I think that there's I think that there's more opportunity to be part of the core and maybe stay at the team. Man, I do love Law though, dude. It's hard. That's
what
question, man.
That's exactly what I said when I read that tweet. I was like
every time I want to come out with logic or evidence to support why I think it's Machar, and fuck, man, you double back and you think Owen Beck looked good. He looked good.
Who's your guy, man? You can't pick one. It's impossible.
But I was looking at. I was reading earlier this week post on Montreal Hockey Now by Marc Dumont, and he was doing he does it every week. He does a power ranking of all the prospects for the Habs, and Owen Beck has been number one on his list for a while now. He's a center as well. He's very creative. Is it going to be him? Not sure. But number two is Machar, man. He's the one going up and up and up on his power rankings. Lane Hudson was number two on his power ranking, and he went down 3. Machar is slowly going up and increasing, and it's fun when you go check his power rankings because there are players that you don't hear about, and it's fun to see them grow. For example, Sean Farrell, he's another one of the prospects. Also plays center, a bit older, also very high on his power rankings. And the defenseman that played in this tournament, Engstrom, also great defenseman. I think we don't talk about that guy often enough, but another great defenseman, had a great tournament. So no, we have honestly, it's fun to see where the prospect pool that is left behind. I remember when Marc Bergevin took over with the Habs, we didn't have that opportunity. Even just trade talk. Who can we trade? We had nobody. We had no chip, no bargaining chip. Look at our prospect pool now. So as much as we like to shit on the Bergevin era, what they've left us as a just a prospect pool, just in terms of bringing the Rocket here in Laval close by, being able to do up and down move, AHL, NHL, it's made a huge difference for the Habs. So that's and obviously the new management has made great choices in the last draft with Lane Hudson, Owen Beck, Machar. All those 3 names are from that draft. And Slafkovsky is already playing NHL, so it's a great draft we've had. Also the last draft.
One of the arguments.
I know, Brian. You're overlooking the hype we had on some of these guys like fucking Andrew Ghetto and De La Rose, man. We fucking believed in it. So I feel we don't know the future yet. What if fucking Lane Hudson turned out to be fucking?
There's a difference between us hyping our fucking prospects and
I
it being
remember people
league-wide
ranking them.
consensus.
Ranking
Right?
Y'all don't remember how Grant McCagg had Jacob de la Rose as like the next best thing, right?
He still has Fantilli going number 1 for the next draft. Just let's
still number one.
There's like a good chance that he's the guy tweeting McCarron breakout season every September, right?
That could also be Andrew.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
Sorry, Matt, I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah, no, it's all right. So Bergevin, the argument that the rebuild started a while ago, a lot of the evidence is coming from the fact that he was such a frugal trader in the last half of it. He handed out contracts like it was Kraft dinner. Like it got like it's handcuffing us now, clearly. But he sure did restock the prospects and the draft picks.
Great.
We're going into drafts with like literally 15 picks. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of uncanny what he hung on to when he was trying to improve the team. Like
I agree,
I don't know.
man. I don't think
I personally think Molson handcuffed him from doing a full rebuild. I certainly think that.
Well, here's the thing, Brian.
Yeah.
Could he predict the way Shea Weber and Price just disappeared? Because if not, he's actually proving something that we're capable of drafting and staying competitive without ever thinking. Because if your core here doesn't go fucking injured with Shea Weber and Carey Price, you're still competing and you still have all those guys pushing. It happened. It's right there in our faces, man. We can't deny it. He was actually doing what he always said he would. We're not gonna tank.
Yeah.
We're good. It was happening, dude. It was happening this year, with or without Bergevin. It's who's the one guy? Is it Slavkovsky making the difference right now, or even Kirby Dach could be debatedly the guy making a difference right now? That's really from this era, and it's not that. Beyond that.
I think where you're missing on this argument is staying competitive. We weren't competitive.
Dude.
That was not. No, we weren't, Pat.
With a healthy Shea Weber, Carey Price, we're competing right now.
Carey Price turned it on at times, but he wasn't. He wasn't as dominant,
you honestly
man.
Don't think Carey Price this year or next year with Suzuki and Caulfield coming at their peak, with Goulet coming in the way he is, and even
I don't think so.
Jakai is a guy that's from Bergevin. Everything in place right now is from fucking Bergevin, besides Kirby Dach and Slavkovsky.
That could be said of any team. That when they change the guard,
sure.
what you're left with is what you're left with, right? But there was a reason why Bergevin was let go. Hold on.
Oh yeah, there's reasons.
Wait.
There is reasons. Why?
Before I lose this thought, the other day Eric Engels tweeted that he has a story from draft day when they selected Malu over Stankoven or whatever. Okay, so let's play it. What do you think it is? Because I've got a conspiracy theory of what that story is.
I'm listening.
You don't?
No, I'm listening. I just want to point out. Hang on. Yeah. I just want to point out how poor fucking Mets you're dealing with two fucking stoners right now. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying this right now.
All right, sorry, man.
Hear me out. I believe that Jeff Molson told them that, before the draft, that their tenure was going to be up. Select this player, take the heat for me, and then we'll deal with something else after. That's what I think happened draft day. I think they kept him around just to select, or not just to select Malu, but that was part of it. I think that was what happened. I think that's what Engels is going to tell us one day. What do you think? What do you think the secret is?
We're going no limit. Sky's the limit right there, right?
Yeah.
They all agreed. They all agreed on paper to take someone else, and then at the last minute he said that one, and everybody's pissed at him because he went against the whole fucking organization.
You guys take the heat. You're gonna be gone. We're making a change in the guard. You take the heat, and I'll owe you one. I don't know.
Wow.
That's what I do.
But I don't think it was pushed by Molson. I think it was he just knew it was the end, and might as well I'm not leaving a bad legacy behind me in terms of quality players. And Mayu was the best quality player at that position, so he just went, took the heat, and that's why in the interview after, when what's the guy, the draft director from the time, what's
Timmins?
his name? Yeah, Timmins. When Timmins got interviewed right after, remember that long period where he didn't have a word to say
We're
and was just speechless? It's because he didn't even know that Bergevin was gonna make that move. It was made by Bergevin and Bergevin alone.
I love it.
I think that's the kind of story I had in my life.
Is that what you? Is that what you think Engels is going to tell us too? It was like a point of contention between the two of them.
We had that guy on the
When
last
he
pause,
tweeted
man.
that,
We should try to have him back,
I
man.
try to get it out of him.
Did
He's
you?
gonna come out one day.
He promises he'll tell it one day.
One day.
Too early.
So we're waiting for his
Yeah,
book, like fucking Pierre Gervais after 35 years of fucking service, and they'll just go throwing
Always
jabs at
gonna
everyone. You fuckers are
Yeah.
going down. Nice. I've been
Nice,
neglecting the
nice,
chat, man. So yeah. You think it's something that dramatic? I don't know, man. Maybe it's just I don't know. The shelf
Who
life
knows?
was coming was there, right? There was something definitely. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first. I think honestly, he was fired if we lost against the Leafs in the playoffs, right? So he kind of had to stay
I
after
think so, too.
that miracle run, right? Molson was
Yeah.
like, okay, I can't fire him after that. That would be super. So at least they had a bad start to just justify what they were doing.
Yep.
I think he was gone the spring before that.
I think you're right.
So
It
That's
would,
what
have,
about
it
the-
would have been time to have him have an extension before that because he started that last year with like nothing after that, right? So, and he even said publicly, "I'm living out my contract, and then we'll see what happens." So, I think you're right, Pat. I think the decision was made, but you can't fire him right after a long playoff run like that, right? So,
yeah.
blessing in disguise that we started off so slowly.
Or maybe Molson went and fucking broke Shea Weber's leg with a crowbar. And the same with Price.
Now we're talking.
And yeah,
Now we're talking.
that's the only. By the way, everyone watching, that's the only actual way you can tank. Like the fucking owner gets down with a crowbar and breaks someone's knees and fucking ankle, man. That's how you tank. Management.
Clearly.
Well, oh hell, right?
Management.
Hashtag.
That's
Yeah.
that's management like fucking Murray pushing the net off is game management. It's the same thing.
Wow. Which time are you
He's
talking
for that, huh, man?
Which one?
I was loving that argument from the Leaf fans. Oh, that's just game management. Like I've seen it happen 5 times in the entire year, and then it happened 3 times in one game. It's like that is pretty good game management.
You see goalies doing it all the time when they get a slap shot to the mask, man. It's management. You know?
Yeah, management. Push that fucking net off. Fuck.
Talk about management and the Bergevin era. Have you guys heard the interviews by or the little interview clips by Piqué Subban?
I heard
No,
a couple.
I
Yeah.
have. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I missed them. I saw the articles going at work, but I couldn't actually listen to anything.
Yeah, he just went and ripped on the Habs management back in the days when they gave him the bridge contract, and comes back to Caulfield. Maybe a bridge contract can be dangerous, depends how it's done. But Subban was saying that after his Norris year, before the bridge contract, he was ready to sign 8 years, 7 million. Let's put it in the books. No need to go higher. But the Habs management was playing games with him, and he really didn't like him. He was ready to sign. He was ready to stay at Montreal for his whole career, lower AAV. He didn't care. Guy was making more money outside with the sponsorships he's getting than what he
Hang
was
on.
doing
Hang on. We're talking about the guy that took the highest
You mean-
defenseman contract historically ever at that time for a defenseman. Now you're thinking he was going to
Yeah.
take a home discount?
He took that contract after the bridge contract. He's talking about right
Oh,
after the
so he
Norris
was-
season before the bridge contract.
I get it.
He would have skipped that bridge contract. He would have signed right away 8 times 7, get him in this peak of his career, and he was ready to do that. We would have saved the bridge and the season. And after that, well, you do what you want. But he didn't like how the Bergevin era played games with him. I would love to go and reread the whole interview.
So here's the thing: this is totally biased by PK Subban, right? You know, like that's 100% PK Subban's
it's
way
his perception. That's
yeah, for sure. Because looking back at it, they really managed well. They pushed that NTC to the year after, so they could have a full year to evaluate him in depth and see if they want to engage in that long contract or not. Like negotiating that window of opportunity to walk out of that contract, that was actually good fucking management of Bergevin to go and get that, right? You fucking safety line, and he managed to get us a good captain for several good years, man. So I mean, I don't know, that's good management to me, right? The better thing was having PK Subban's broken back 3 years after that with a big fucking contract. That was the other outcome, guys.
Yeah, I said it last week. Like we really forget how the city and how the fans would have turned on PK if he had that decline in Montreal, and it would have happened.
It would have happened. It was started already in Montreal. His back was already
from injuries. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It was already heading that way. So.
Yeah.
Now the other thing, let me play devil's advocate a little bit. Like PK Subban can say all this that he wants, but like the fact of the matter is, he held out on the first contract as well. Now, when he signed,
y'all remember how it happened too, eh? The team started without him, and it was going fucking well without him.
Yeah, it was like 9-0 or something like that. It was something ridiculous, and then he signed a contract because they kind of didn't need him. His like leverage was disappearing with every single game. So he finally signs the bridge contract. From what I remember, his bridge contract, like they were talking in the 5 range if he would sign 5 or 6 years at that point. So I mean, 5. Like the numbers aren't that far off for him to be like saying that he would have signed it if he got the respect.
At the end of the day, he got more money with what he did there with the Habs.
Bingo.
At the end of the day, he ended his career with more money made from the NHL.
Hey guys, this is too fucking hot.
You know Matthews is hot.
Well, look at you, got a long sleeve underneath it. I guess so. What are you doing?
What? What's up?
Look at you. What do you mean, what's up?
Bro, what's happening?
You take your hockey sweater off and you're ready to go to a wedding. Like, look at you.
Wedding, dude. That's a fucking shirt. What the fuck?
It's just a shirt. It's not just a shirt. Matthew, take what you got on and show him fucking what a real dude has underneath a fucking hockey sweater.
Fuck's sake. What the fuck is this?
It's a t-shirt, Pat.
It's a t-shirt, bro.
It's not, but where's your suspenders?
Right here, man.
In hockey, we call them tie-downs.
They're right here, man.
I love you so much, dude. Like, fucking when you took that off and you had that shirt on, like, you win. You are the star.
No wonder you could have
What's going on? What?
No wonder you couldn't put a jersey over it.
There you go. I had too many layers. It's a sweater. It's a sweater, by the way.
Oh, that is too funny.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah. So PK Subban. I'm not. I liked hearing it because I like hearing that stuff, but I'm not buying everything he was selling. I said it earlier this week. Both sides have to take a bite of that shit sandwich. The fact that PK Subban didn't end his career Montreal Canadien, they both get to shit. We can argue night and day for the next 50 years whose half is supposed to be bigger, but they both take a bite of that shit sandwich for sure.
And here's the thing too. Maybe what I said about PK Subban is just saying what like his side is of the story. I don't think he has bad intentions or he's trying to badmouth the Canadiens specifically. I really feel like he's being honest with his own experience and how he lived it. I'm just saying, if you look at it from an overall fucking point of view, listen, man, good management for me, man. It was a hot potato already, and especially if you at the moment you thought your core would be people like Pacioretty, right? Well, to kind of take a decision between what kind of room you were going to have, because I believe PK Subban could have worked in a lot of these younger, more modern fucking teams in the league, right? He could have fit with a lot of these cool kids that were starting to grow in the league and have that kind of energy in the room. I really think he's not a room cancer like people fucking say. Some people, right? Not at all. It's just a fucking chemistry thing, right? There's specific moods, that don't.
But here's something.
Go on.
The number of players that got traded after contracts, the number of players that got switched teams, that it didn't fit, they were part of blockbuster deals, whatever happened. How many came out and talked shit about the team that traded them? How many came out and had to do an interview? How many came out and had to go public about the situation and expose people who are still in the league? Not many.
And Mathieu, to add to your point,
Michael comes to mind.
Yeah, and to Mathieu's point,
yeah.
How many of those guys had a flaming personality like PK? So of course it's gonna be a bit more, right? Because it's PK. Because it's PK. He's so flaming. He's so bam, right? He's right there. So I don't know, man. For me, it's PK, man. What are you gonna do about it?
I also think that I don't think it was a predetermined choice either. I think PK's attitude and PK, I still think they wanted him to be captain. I still do. They wouldn't have went without a captain for a year. I honestly don't believe they would have done it. I think that they were trying to send him a message that it was time to grow up and play the captain of the Montreal Canadiens instead of the captain of the city, and he didn't want to do that.
But something happened in the room. You saw how Gallagher used to play against PK Subban every time they would face each other. Something happened in the room too. There was a certain level of division. As much as I loved PK, as much as I loved his exuberance, as much as his energy level, he had his flaws on the ice too. He had his flaws outside the ice, on and off the ice. So at the end of the day, it was an okay deal to make. And honestly, when you have an offer on the table for one, Shea Weber, PK Subban, at that time, I make you that offer. You think about it. You don't just say no. I'm not interested. You really think about it.
I've said this to Pat since the day I believe PK Subban was traded the day he signed his second contract. They had never a single intention of honoring that
no
clause.
move clause. Yeah.
Yeah, they had no intention of that. They taking the best offer they got that day.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think the discussion we're having right now is completely random because it's all the matter of maybe a couple of hits that ruined PK Subban's? Because if the guy could have kept his peak going, I really think he was that good. I really think his body didn't follow.
I also think that he was dynamic and fast enough to cover up for his mistakes at some point.
And so fucking strong, man.
But at the same time, that's one of the first things to go, because his hockey IQ wasn't that great. He was just fast. He was strong. That's the first thing that goes. When you start getting beat by kids and you can't catch them anymore, then your hockey IQ gets put on the shelf. You know what I mean? You get exposed pretty quick whenever your body won't let you keep up with the people that are dancing you.
Yeah, especially hockey, I guess. What are we talking?
It's just his game, man. His game when he's doing his spinoramas on the blue line. Sorry, what's that?
How old was he when we traded him? Do you remember?
26.
26. Oh, that old? Okay.
I think he's 26.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty old.
That's 2 years into.
He's that
because he was just about to turn UFA, and you can only protect UFA years. So he was 27. He would have been turning 28, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a guy the style he's playing with the injuries he had, for sure, it could have.
The injuries, man. Like I said, he was fast enough. He was strong enough to keep some, but he would get danced, but he would get himself back in. But whenever your speed goes, if you're not a smart hockey player, if Markov wasn't a brilliant hockey player, he would have had to have him up a long time ago, right?
He was a good skater, but slow. You know what I mean? He was silky at skating, but just not fast. But he was good.
So it was his brains. It was his brains that carried.
For sure.
As much as I love PK, he didn't have the hockey IQ that.
I've always said that the duo of Price and Markov made other defensemen better. Price, the way he passes the puck from the defense, is the first man. He's like the last defenseman to make that first pass. You know that first pass that we're looking for? Price, he was that defenseman.
Yep.
With the combination of Markov, who was also a super brilliant, high IQ player, these two together, they had guys like Komisarek getting paid, like Sheldon Surrey getting paid.
For sure.
Like,
But yeah, that's 100% Markov.
In that
Michel Therrien. He kept Michel Therrien employed for an extra year. Those two. Yeah.
I know about fucking PK Subban.
That's dinners to the general in Price right now, for sure. A lot of steak dinners.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of PK Subban there wasn't there, man. Markov just did that way before Subban was there, man. He's as consistently making other fucking defensemen better, and that's why it made me laugh when people said he couldn't be a coach. I would take him power play coach tomorrow fucking morning. People say, "Oh, he can't talk, like he can't express himself because of what they've had in the media."
I know,
for sure, the guy can talk fucking hockey for sure, dude. He made it better. He made
100%.
He made everyone that played with him better. So for sure, he can get his fucking message across, man. For sure.
Yeah.
Let him fucking coach a power play, guys. Oh my god.
And some people don't want to be on TV. That doesn't mean that you can't talk to a group of men in a room, right?
Fucking Dominic Duchamp, dude. People are all laughing at the way he's talking. Oh, you can't be a coach. You can't even fucking talk. Oh, yeah, you're not in the room, dude. You don't see how the message gets across.
Yeah.
Guy has fucking gold medals at fucking junior championships. All his fucking shelves are full of them, man. And the guys.
People are experts in everything. It's fucking ridiculous. Like sometimes you have to just stand back and like think you can't possibly know this. So like you're like, you know what I mean? Like your argument is completely invalid. Yeah. Oh well, these players don't have to. It's like fuck. You can't possibly fucking know any of that shit.
You guys take Markov?
We have a question by Rob in the chat.
Let's do it.
No fuck.
He asked. You have a chance at the time Subban got traded. You had Subban, Pacioretty, and Gallagher. Today, you keep one of them. Who do you keep?
Pacioretty.
I think Pacioretty has a lesser impact on what we're living right now. But the problem with what me and Brian, hang on. You can't strip the C off him, right? It just doesn't happen. Mean? Well, he was captain already, so that means up to today he's still the captain of this team. The fucking flavorless, invisible fucking ghost captain that he was.
Oh, that's not what I understood. Sorry, I thought you meant like if you had to fucking choose one like if we had
exactly
everything said and done, but not like have kept them the entire time. Like we still we mean with our team right now. I'm not sure I understand the question. Rob, can you clarify?
The question, the way the question is written at the time. Who do you keep, Subban or Pacioretty?
At the time, okay.
Subban or Pacioretty and Gallagher.
Pacioretty and Gallagher.
Sorry. The package.
Pacioretty and Gallagher. And the reason why is the clause. The no move clause. You're handcuffed. If you could still trade Pacioretty and Gallagher at any point in time because they don't have no move clauses. Right? Oh, actually, Pacioretty did.
Hang on. The same question, Brian. Because you made that decision, we still have them today. So that means the captain is still fucking Max Pacioretty because you don't strip the C off the guys. You don't.
Hold on, we need to know what he re-signed, right? Because he re-signed after he was traded. So at the time, we kept him for a couple more years. So he's not even playing at that contract. So we don't have to have him today because we kept him at the time where he still had time on his contract.
Okay, so you traded him at the deadline at the time you traded him.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
The fact of the matter is, PK Subban was traded because he was about to hold the fucking all the power, all the cards. He was going to be able to nix trades. He was going to be, you know what I mean? His no trade. It was a no move clause that was modified at the end. What's that?
For sure, he wasn't leaving Montreal.
No, and he wasn't going to make it easy. You know what I mean? Like that's what it was. They didn't like the smoke
about it.
Yeah. The return would have never been Weber.
There's fucking smoke, man. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and there was fucking smoke when it came to fucking PK in Montreal. They didn't want to honor that clause, and I wouldn't want to do it either. At the time, I didn't want to trade him. You know what I mean? Like at the time, we all had blinders on. It's easy to see the flaws in your ex when she's already fucking gone. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, like when they're gone, it's easy to point out.
that's Montreal, all right. What you just said.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's first
got put on waivers, and we got people got crazy.
I know my initial.
Let's not forget, PK was making $9 million at the time. Gallagher's making $3.75. Pacioretty was making $6 million. You would have been getting the two players for the price of the one. Yeah. It's not even a question. Subban's gone. Bye.
And I love, like, Rob's bias against Gallagher is showing in that question clearly.
It's fine. Like, it's a subjective thing, and I mean, like, it is what it is. But like, I don't know. Sometimes you cheer with your heart, sometimes you cheer with your head. And my head says,
Remember how how the last game with Montreal he played, like, he didn't finish that last season before he got traded, and he flopped on the ice after the headbutt, the head to the butt incident.
He didn't play the last 11 games or something like that.
8 games I have in mind. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think we also had medical information about his back at that time that also encouraged us to make that trade.
Guys, there's two differences between Gallagher and Subban. Gallagher's a forward, Subban's a D-man. That's the first difference, right? The first difference, right?
Yeah.
The other difference is Subban retired because his body failed him. Gallagher plays through it. That's the reality, guys. Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, it's the exact same thing. Like, Subban was in and out of the lineup for the last 3 years too, so they're all like that.
Gallagher didn't have his hand injuries back at the time too.
That's true too.
His hand injuries both came from Weber.
Hand injuries. Yeah, we could thank Weber for those.
Anyway,
have you ever seen the fucking list of the injuries that Shea Weber has created?
Yeah, not even dude.
You have to see this.
I've seen it, dude.
On it. Matthew saying he hasn't seen it. Oh my god, it's hilarious. It's a page and a half long, and it's got the Preds GM on it. It's David Poile was injured.
Yeah, dude, I know. I remember, dude. I've seen the list, dude. David Poile, not even just. So here's the thing: he hasn't even just injured fucking players. He injured fucking management. You ever see that with a shot? Think about it.
Yeah.
That's a strong shot, man. He went through a board. Remember that one, Brian?
He broke boards. Yeah, he broke boards.
I don't remember that.
He went through a fucking legit board. Boom. Fucking old, like in Bugs Bunny, the fucking shape of a puck,
That's
man.
Hilarious.
Clean as fuck, man. And he fucking went through the netting of a goal. Remember that?
At the World Juniors, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was it? It was international. I think it was Olympics. I think.
Yeah,
right through the fucking netting and boom, clean as fuck again. Cut the ropes, man.
Did you? Wow. And I don't know. I don't remember where I saw this, but did you hear that? The guys from Spit and Chicklets sent an offer for Weber to come on the podcast, and it was not a very polite response in saying no, and it wasn't very polite about it.
Wow.
I don't remember where I read it. I think it was something people were talking about Jack Eyes, or no, because he was on Knuckles. I forget which one it was, man. But it was just last week. It was saying that he was offered a chance to be on Spit and Chicklets, and he was like, "Fuck that shit."
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see it. Yeah, exactly what I expected.
Ray meltdown the other day. Holy!
Who?
Did you see that? Ray Whitney's little fucking meltdown the other day.
No, I don't.
The goal that got called back for the U.S., the first goalie interference call. Oh, he went fucking off, man.
Nice.
Saying that fucking. What's that?
Your tweet was pretty good too, Brian. Oh, it was a good one. I liked it.
It's the letter of the law in the IHF rulebook. It is what it is. It is what it is.
You know what?
I didn't NHL. I'd be fucking pretty upset with that call, but I mean, I don't know. You
know what tweet I'm talking about, right?
You can't go over the net
unless they have to find a way. They have to find a way to have more goals in the NHL and the international hockey if they want to grow the market. They can't be calling off goals like that. Even in the NHL, some interference calls on the goalie, they shouldn't be called.
I agree.
There's nothing really preventing the quality of the play. These things are happening, man. It's a contact sport. So they have to find a way to fix that because goals, that's what brings the people to watch the hockey. And if they want to know the product, they have to fix that aspect especially.
Yeah. Can't fix it in game, sadly. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? You got to call it. It's a rule change. You're going to have to change the language of the rule.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't have a rule in the rule book saying if Gallagher is close to the goalie, there's no goal. Like, it doesn't work like that.
It does though, man.
No, but I agree. Your reputation shouldn't prevail to the situation. Like, that's stupid. Oh, I know who you are, fucking Corey Perry. Go sit down, right? Like, maybe that time you just don't look at the play. It's just you're that guy. Go fucking sit down, right? You know. So reputation should.
Robot refs. That's the only thing we can do to fix that shit.
And what do you think, guys? Every fucking play should be reviewed by default. Actually, you made a mistake, you see it, revert it. You should fix that shit every time, man. 100% of the calls should be the good calls, instead of fucking up. And you don't think so?
No. Because that takes away the human aspect of the game. This is still a game played by humans, right?
Yeah, it will still be played by humans, just not refereed by humans as much because they make fucking mistakes, and robots don't, man. AI fucking tracking that shit and fucking chips would be the perfect sport. I mean, if it can be Brian, imagine how many goals did we how many goals did we not have a clear angle of? Yet you've never seen a single fucking tennis ball that you don't see a fucking 100th of an inch precision fucking replay every fucking shot they take, man. Come on.
You're talking goals. Listen, goals are you talking just goals?
Everything.
Because
man.
You were saying
offsides.
You think
offsides too, man. Fucking icings, everything, man. 100% of every situation is 100%. The goal is good if it's good.
Listen. If it can be done in real time with AI, like you said, but to be reviewed, fuck that.
No, not reviewed by. Hang on, not reviewed by the referees on the ice. That is but reviewed by the war room by default. You have a team of fucking 10 angles, and they see it, and they can react within the seconds and send the message.
Something what happens if there's not a consensus? What if there's a disagreement? So now you're gonna have.
Hang on. There's no disagreement.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm listening.
You're gonna have a hand pass call discussed between 7 people in a fucking room when you're going to wait to have a face-off to get the right fucking call from a hand pass?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Do you get what I'm getting at?
Yep, but no, because there's a sensor in the fucking glove and there's a chip in the fucking puck, and you know for sure. Everything.
Robot players, fuck it.
That's not players, fucking just
you're going to put chips in their fucking gloves, Elon?
That's what I was gonna say. Just a chip. It's just a chip, dude. It goes right here between the skull and the brain. There's no danger, dude.
I wish I had a bad
Like I fucking told you before, when it comes to that shit, man, if you're gonna be Team Cable, you're gonna be fucking in the Matrix. If you're gonna have a Neuralink, it's gonna be Wi-Fi. Team Cable.
Okay.
The robot's gonna be off ice or on the ice on skates.
What I would do on it, this is my idea, not this whole like review every call nonsense. That's like what I would do is I would have cameras everywhere. You have 2 linesmen or 3 linesmen to drop pucks, do this, but all penalties are called offside. All.
What's up, Nick? We say live. What's up? This is Nick. It's one of my friends, man. Sorry, go on.
Bonjour, Nick.
It's instant though, Brian, right? The play is fucking instant. Everything is live, right? It takes a couple seconds to get the right call, man. Every fucking time. Instead of that nonsense of, dude,
I don't think it cause more trouble than it's worth. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna ask you this, Brian. Can you define the goalie interference call and justify it with every fucking call that has been or not been called in the past 5 years with a clear definition, with image side by sides that makes sense? Can you do it, or is it fucking impossible?
I do it.
Anybody could anybody do that?
Say it. Ask me again. I'd like in English.
So I'll get to my point instead of making a fucking comparison like. So how many calls have been fucking total shit calls as far as goal being refused in the past 10 years?
Are we talking goaltender interference? I would say, I think it's probably 70-30. Like 70 good
Bad calls. What?
No,
70 go. Oh, you're
good.
generous, dude. You're generous.
And 30 bad. Are you serious? You think it's worse than that?
Oh yeah. Because you get the same. Because you could take 6 goals, fucking identical in every aspect. 3 of them are called. 3 of them aren't. So no, nothing makes sense for me from that angle, right? You have exactly the same fucking situation happening 2 different places.
You don't think they get the right call? You don't think they get the right call 7 out of 10 times?
I'm saying it feels like they flip a fucking coin every fucking time.
Okay,
there's something. Oh
yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Bad call. Good call. It's fucking. There's no fucking regret.
Also, that's a challengeable play. That is not. That's you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the way you've got it, they're reviewing everything. Do you remember when McCarr had that fucking offside and people are still fucking bitching about that? You remember that last year, Matt?
I'd be bitching about it.
It turned out it was a delayed offside. He wasn't offside. It was a delayed offside, and it was the right call that they made. Right. So what happens whenever you have that going on and you've got to have it reviewed? Do you get what I'm saying? Like you had a war room. It's a challengeable play, so it was challenged. But I mean, like, what happens if you have plays that close and that debatable and that not subjective, that debatable, like in the middle of the game that doesn't result in a goal or not a goal, right? The only reason that got challenged is because it resulted in a goal, right?
The only reason that got challenged because there's not fucking chips and sensors that tell you exactly what happened. All that information is there. It's controllable.
Sensors would have failed you there because he was in the zone, but he was clearing the zone. It was a delayed offside. If McCarr touched it, he would have been offside. It was a delayed offside. It wasn't offside.
There's a sensor on the stick too. All of that shit is fucking accountable for
no.
everything.
What I'm saying is,
no, but the AI would see it, right? It would.
Some plays,
everything
at the time they're happening, they are offside, but in the spirit of the rule, he's not offside, even though he is in an offside position.
Exactly. So in that case, your sensors will fail you.
Your sensor will tell you he's offside, even though in the spirit of the rule he is not offside at the moment where he doesn't, as long as he doesn't touch the puck.
There's a stick. Right. There's a sensor on the stick in the puck, guys. They know if it touched it or not.
Yeah, but if the sensor says if you're here, it's offside. If you're and the puck is there at the same time, it's offside. But at the same time, he's not offside because he's not. I understand what Brian is saying, but at the same time, too many rollouts, it doesn't work.
Hear me
out. I
don't
think anybody has.
We're living in a simulation.
Well, that's
debatable. Game is played by humans should be ref by humans.
Bullshit.
Fair enough.
Fuck ref. Fuck the ref, man.
I'd still be okay with offsite only reffing though, like not offsides, not dropping the puck, not high sticks, not hand passes. You're calling infractions only. Infractions only. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
we're negotiating, like we'll decide. I get it. For me, it's everything. Dude.
I've got a buddy when I grew up fucking playing hockey. He used to say, the fucking thing I look for the most is the back of the ref's head. That's what he used to say all the time. Like fucking when he saw the back of the ref's head, he knew it was open game. He could fucking chop your ankles. He could fucking spear you. He could do whatever he wanted. Well, there are players like that. I don't have to be like that or like it, but there are players like that. I'm
not asking if you are like that. I'm asking if you do like that. You want to see that kind of hockey?
Of course I like that. Who doesn't?
Oh, you fucking bully.
Are you kidding me? This guy's the best at it. Not Randy, but the fucking...
Randy Cole, man.
Randy Cole, fucking... Our buddy Arbor, fucking, he's the best at it, man. I like when he's in the corner. Oh, he's so dirty. Yeah, I love it.
I love it. Cole. Yeah, I loved all of him. He was so great. Remember how I used to fucking that was a Habs killer before we had him, right? All his fucking career would come here and have the best fucking night of his life. I used to hate him and I loved him so much.
I used to hate him.
yeah, but I loved him.
Remember the goal he scored in the playoffs and just raised his hands. And he was in, what's his name's face? I think it was Koivu's face. Got him so pissed. Oh my god. I couldn't stop.
Yeah, for sure.
Was it Koivu?
But
I don't remember whose face he He
was
lifted his
Goalie
hands like that. If somebody remembers, just
for me was when he was a Habs. Remember when the goalies pointed his goal and he went on and fucking gave him a high five? Remember that one? Oh, I loved it.
I don't remember.
So the goalie just points the goal as Cole is he just scored. So he scores, the goalie points the goal and he's skating that way. He fucking hits him like a high five, like he's celebrating with the referee, right? Like,
So, what's funny? I do remember that.
that was a fucking good celebration. That's the best. The best celebration I can think of is fucking Eric Cole's celebration like that. Yeah, I love that guy, man.
That is funny. Yeah, it's great.
Metzer
Yeah,
hates him
I
because
had a
he's a
sweater back in the day.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's an actual player replica from one of the. I think is it Brian? Is it possible that he actually wore that sweater? I think no, that specific one.
Maybe in junior. Yeah. My Desharnais game worn is bigger.
Nice. Yeah, but it's different year, no?
and longer.
Awesome.
I hope people appreciate that because fucking I had to clean a lot of resin out of that fucking sweater to make it fucking worthy to be putting up there.
Did we say this on stream already?
Dude, we're a Dabs podcast. I think it's safe. We're okay.
No, but did we say it already? That what I told you when you fucking had that water.
So funny. It could have too. 100% we could have. On that note,
I think we did, dude.
You mean a bunch of stoners? A bunch of stoners might repeat themselves on a podcast? Get out of here.
It never happened before. It would be like the first
Never.
time in history, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, my friend, he won a Wi-Fi retro reverse autographed by fucking Jack. What? You fucking
what?
Yeah, he has a signed Jack Eye reverse.
Wow,
retro.
Nice.
Son of a bitch.
There's
I literally know this guy. Like I could go fucking steal it. Okay. Nick.
There's so many like Jack Eye shirts out there now. We need to jump soon, boys.
Yeah.
Just for anybody watching, we got some great ideas for some Jack Eye shirts too. Stay tuned. Check out our merch shop when it opens up.
Fucking
coming.
It's coming.
Yep.
It's coming. Talk about Jack Eye.
Yes.
If you have the right offer, do you trade him?
Yes.
No.
But it's the right offer.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
We got so many defense coming, man. It was the same thing with Romanov. I didn't want to trade him, but it's like right now it's like. But at the same time, I wouldn't even be mad if they were talking extension right now. That's how good he is. I think he's great. But yes, I trade him if the offer's right. 100%. Dude, we're still in a rebuild. You trade anybody if the offer's right.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Thanks.
Here's the thing. Nobody's gonna pay for the guy like he's a fucking top 4 right now. They're gonna lowball you. Nobody's gonna be calling. Listen, that guy's great. I'm giving you my top prospect, a first pick, and it's gonna be a shitty offer.
Then the offer isn't right. Then is it? If the
perfect.
offer's right, you move him. It's the same with Josh Anderson right now. You know what I mean?
Josh Anderson. It's not gonna work the way Martin St. Louis is building this team. Josh Anderson will not have success in this team as much as.
But you don't have to trade him until the fucking offer's right. Is what I'm saying.
I agree.
You don't have to. But you don't have to trade Jack Eye.
Anderson, I think, is one of the most improved players under Martin St. Louis. Lately, he's been playing good hockey. Even though we've been losing, I feel like Anderson could be one of the most improved player under St. Louis from what he was at the beginning of the season, before it started, and his concept and the way the game is played with the Habs, and today. However, at the right offer, he's still out.
You might have an argument. Yeah. You might have an argument from Pat here. Pat seems to think that Martin St. Louis' style is hindering Josh Anderson.
Yeah, we've had that talk. But
okay, so at least his production.
I've been watching a lot of Anderson ever since Pat pointed that out. I've been looking at it today, the way he's completing other players, the way he's been going about.
No, but his
number is still not good. However, he's one of the players that I've seen grow in a certain way ever since he's been playing with St. Louis.
You know what I think it is? I think he gels really well with Jonathan Drouin. I think he plays really well with Drouin, and now the last couple weeks, that's who he's been with. That's what I think it is, because I've noticed him as on the more positive side lately too. What's that?
Wasn't the one on the fourth and Anderson on the second? I think today. They weren't together.
They were together today, were they not? Slav,
Anderson,
and Drouin, I believe they were.
I think no, their center was it Dwayne? I'm sorry. I don't think Dwayne was.
Good, man.
I think Dwayne was centering the
more of the World Junior anyway, so it is what it is.
Dwayne was centering the fourth today. I think it was Doc. No, Dvorak. It was
right.
Dvorak. Dvorak, Anderson, and Slav and Anderson were together today.
Okay. I stand corrected.
My bad. Yeah, I think so. My just from memory, and I honestly I was watching the other game too, so I didn't notice if there were line changes during the game.
As far as today's starting lineups, maybe it changed during the game, but it was Dvorak with Anderson on the second, and Drouin was centering the fourth line.
The fourth, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that, boys. I thought they were together.
All good.
I feel like all those two players are playing better lately, but also Jonathan Drouin, Joel Armia, and Anderson are playing better lately, right?
How unlucky is Drouin though? You guys
but he's playing good hockey, man. He's getting there. It's 6 to say. I'm not saying it's his fucking. He's gonna score 70 points. Yeah. That's not what I was saying. But
and what about Armia's reaction when he scored?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Guy, man.
He was such an finally I scored. He was so happy.
Yeah. I'm actually shocked he didn't get the second one. He always scores two, that guy.
Yeah. Matt, I was a big fan of Yoel Armia, man. It kind of saddens me the way he plays this year, but I'm happy he got one. Maybe that's the monkey off his back right now.
Back in the days, there used to be a argument, Armia or Lehkonen. And I used to be on the Armia side of things. I used to love his physicality. He used to complete the team better than Lehkonen in the days. I think we underestimated what Lehkonen could bring, especially now that we're seeing how he plays. However, Lehkonen grew, Armia didn't. Lehkonen is made for today's NHL with speed, with IQ. Armia is more physical player. So Lehkonen is shining more, and I was on the wrong side of that argument, maybe if we look at it today. But I used to love Armia. I can't put that away.
Same.
I couldn't even put it any better if I tried. And English is my mother tongue. Way to go, Matt. That was perfectly said. And I said it up like a few months ago, like whenever we were talking, and I like this may get you, Matt. But I was saying that the idea of signing Monahan could be the same kind of thing, right? So like, are we going to potentially say we sign Monahan for a $5.5 million contract, and one day, like, it ends up costing us an RFA that we don't want to lose, just like we lost Lehkonen, right? So like, we made choices. We chose Armia, we chose Hoffman, and it cost us Lehkonen at the end of the day. So that's one thing I'd be nervous about whenever we're talking about Monahan, especially since we've already got a couple long-term contracts that can handcuff you like that. I'd be really wary about adding another one.
What is our C-line depth chart? We have Suzuki.
Bad. No. Oh, well, down the line.
It's not great.
Okay. Yeah, we have Suzuki. Do you guys see Doc as a centerman?
Who?
Yes.
Doc. Winger or centerman?
I am thinking right now. In 5 years, when we look back at it, he ends up at the wing.
I think he ends up center.
Okay. I had the chance. I went to an event with a buddy of mine called Sunny at the Habs Cave, and I had a chance to sit down with Benoit Brunet for a good half hour, just me and him talking about the game, watched full period and everything. And our main conversation was about is Doc a centerman or a winger? And Benoit Brunet convinced me that he's more of a winger than a centerman. So for me, he's a winger, and he also convinced me that we still won the trade, even though he's a winger. Like the argument of we lost the trade if he's a center, if he's not a center because we thought we had a center. No, it has nothing to do, because if you complete Suzuki, Caulfield, Doc as a line, you've won there because you've been struggling to build a strong first line forever.
My point is about even fucking the core. You could have used the pick you added for the fucking Romanov deal, and then trade Romanov and get something else. I felt like the gymnastics of building this whole fucking trade at the fucking draft live to get Kirby Dach was kind of weird to me.
The objective was not to get Dach necessarily. I think Pierre-Luc Dubois, who was at the Bell Center on that day, was the real objective.
Did he have a Habs sweater under his shirt? Did you see that?
T-shirt. We don't wear sweaters under the shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. In comedy, that's called a callback. Way to go.
I kind of build that one.
Okay, so Pat and I've had this talk too. I don't need Kirby Dach to end up top 6 because we talked about our center depth. Okay, we got Suzuki, and now let's go to the prospects because that's basically what we're talking at, right? We got Machar.
Yep.
Beck.
Yep.
Dach. Dvorak. Oh, shit.
Live! I fucking saw that.
Oh, man. All right. And we also have, what could be 2 picks in this draft. And, I believe there's, 5 center... Kita. I think there's 5 centers in that top 10 of nasty players, or
I fucking love it. I want it all to go down, and then we see the fucking pots to fucking suction the air out of the shatter and everything behind you in the boxes, and I'm just crossing my fingers. It all goes down. Look at the dye. Oh, she's beautiful.
This is an authentic Randy Cole sweater. So, if that falls.
Love it. Nice. Welcome, and you know what?
For me, I really like Cone.
What do you like about corn?
It's Cone! A big corn that knobs. It has the juice. And the most beautiful thing. It's Cone.
It's Randy Cole.
Randy Cole. I still think Dubois is a target. So let's look at it like that. You've got let's say Dubois, Suzuki, Beck, Machar.
Dubois. What's the C depth chart for Montreal? Dubois, blah blah. Yeah, he just takes it for granted. 100% it's happening.
He wants to play here. He hasn't re-signed. The writing's on the wall. Where there's fucking smoke, there's fire, right? There's smoke. Yeah. There's smoke again.
Maybe you gotta slow down on the dabs. You're seeing smoke everywhere, dude.
All the names you've named, I think you have to trade Dvorak. I think you have to trade Evans, and I think
Monahan.
You either keep or trade Monahan depending on the offer. I think Monahan has the best return. However, he also has the most value for the actual team. We've seen ever since Monahan's gotten injured, Suzuki has been playing like shit. He hasn't been as good. I even got the stat out. I think he has 4 points, one goal and 3 assists ever since he got out. I don't know if he got points today.
Who?
But ever since that specific injury to Sean Monahan, Suzuki hasn't been the shadow of himself. Il n'a pas été l'ombre de lui-même, like we say in French.
Is that an expression in English?
Straightly translatable to what I just said.
Yeah, I don't know how you say that in English, but he hasn't
been
himself. He hasn't been himself. Works.
Yeah.
You would say a shadow of his former self.
Oh, okay.
His former self. Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah, he hasn't been that.
Right.
I think your secondhand smoking has made Mathieu a bit stoned.
I told you I will match whatever energy you bring to me. So that's all I'm doing.
Look at his background. It's all blurry. I think that's a layer of smoke right there.
Fat banana.
He had 0 points again today. -1.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about
yeah.
right now? Who's that?
Suzuki.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, 100%. But yeah, Pierre-Luc Dubois. I was gonna go on that. I really like him to come, man. That would be nice, right? Local kid.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And
I mean,
man.
the other thing that we have to remember with Monahan is, like, this wasn't where Monahan came up. And, like, we traded for Monahan for the first round pick that came with him, right? And whatever return he's going to get. I don't think that there's any way, shape, or form that Monahan doesn't want to test the market. I think he's earned it. I don't think he feels any loyalty to the Montreal Canadiens. If there's any loyalty to anyone, it would be Calgary, in my opinion.
It'll be closer.
So guys, here's
what's that?
Oh,
His only loyalty is to his toaster.
That's funny.
I would add another layer to what you guys are saying about the Monahan possible, well, the future of Monahan, right? I don't think there's a big chance that, looking back at the Monahan deal, that Monahan's gonna sign this year, whether it's with Montreal or not. There's like 0.5 chance down the road in 5 or 6 years it makes sense for the team that has that contract. He's gonna be that kind of contract that just ages poorly, right? And people are gonna tell you,
we've got some of those already.
Yeah, and people are gonna tell you it's not his hips right now, but he's still injured right now. He has been. So whether it's the same recurring issue or whether it's a new one, it's going to be something different maybe. But he seems to be the guy that ends up being injured more often than he's playing. So that it doesn't age well.
We've got one of those too.
More than 5 times 5, I'm not signing Monahan. More than 5 times 5, I'm not signing. Less than that, he's worth every penny, even with the injuries.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
I don't know that, like, when you sign another injury-prone player, there are so many less benefits to having cap space than there is to being on long-term injury reserve. It's like, and especially in the off season, like when you've got players on long-term injury reserve in the off season, you're handcuffed, man.
Yeah.
So much better to have the cap space.
Or the player.
Like
But at the same
or
time,
the
at
LT
the same
player.
time,
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
the thing is, when people look at salary structure, they look at line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. How I see it is, and I've said it with Pat, I see it as a T. You need a strong first line and a strong center line. I think Monahan would complete a strong center line, and then you complete with whatever wingers you have on lines 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, the fifth line.
That first
the one
line
that practices
and
with the boys
center
but doesn't
line
play.
need to be the center of your salary structure, and if you can fit Monahan in there, 100% he's a keeper for me. However, if I have a first round draft pick, a AB type prospect, and an extra salary dump, go ahead and taking Sean Monahan right away.
Yep.
I'm trading him right away without any hesitation. As much as I love him, he's gone.
Because I mean, like, that's even at 50% retained. If you trade him, there's some cap space too. Like, if you're not weaponizing your cap space. So I mean, like, some of the better trades and the better returns are people that are just blogging cap space at the deadline. Like, there's rental players and there's this and there's that, but there's the teams that want to go grab that rental player that have to get rid of $4 million or whatever, or you know what I mean? Like, that's real trade deadline currencies, a lot of cap space. So I mean, like, why not?
And we have a lot to dump. And we have a lot to dump where we can just retain salary right and left, but still dump our players, dump our whoever we need to dump.
Exactly.
For sure. So why add the Monahan?
And just name a few. Like, you have Armia that I would retain salary, Hoffman that I would retain salary, Drouin I would retain salary, Edmondson, all of these guys who have little units left, I would retain salary.
I think you can only retain three at one time. So personally,
out of those, pick whichever. But I'm ready to retain salary on these players.
I would retain on all the UFAs is what I would do. I would like, there's Dadonov, there's Drouin, and there's Monahan. I would retain on all those three and like let that reset in July. If you want to take on like you could again, if the value's different, if somebody says we want Edmondson and we're willing to pay you an extra prospect to retain on him, and it's only an extra like you're going to retain on Drew Way instead, and you're only going to move get a fifth and get a third round pick instead, then yeah, it's better to retain on Edmondson. But you got to remember you're retaining next year on that one too. So.
Yeah, that's the I would go. I've said this on record. I would fucking totally I would take the maximum value, like after contract of Edmondson, because he's a known playoff performer. After this series we've had, He's good. He's playing tough. He's a good D man in top four, man. I would think teams are gonna pay you for Edmondson, but you're gonna get a late first, so that sucks.
Well, you're getting a late first no matter who you trade with. These are all playoff teams.
Yeah, that's my point. With 1 year left, maybe you want to juggle and do it off season where
you're able to get
more than
1, 2.
So maybe,
and you're able to package them for a team to go down on the draft. That's could be the strategy. If you end up with 4 first round draft picks and you take 2 of those and you package them, and now you have 3 lower draft picks because you packaged a few high first round picks, that makes a huge difference.
And that's
that's
something Gordon does.
I think something whenever you're talking about retention, again, is to talk about the cap space. Edmondson, like what does he make now? Like 2.75, something like that.
3.5.
3.5. What's Drouin make? Drouin makes 5. Okay, so you can retain 50% on either one of these guys. Do you want to go into the trade deadline with that extra $1.6 million that you'll get from retaining on Drouin? Will that put you over the top value-wise versus what your return is with Edmondson? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think cash is king at the trade deadline.
Absolutely. So your most contenders are already tied at the cap. You can offer them Edmondson at fucking... What's 3.5 divided by 2? 1.75, right? Something like that, right?
Right.
Am I on it? Is that it? Yeah. So there you go. You can get 2 playoff runs of fucking Edmondson for 1.7 fucking million. Think about that.
Okay.
That's a big fucking deal.
But hang on. You could also trade us $6 million in fucking cap space, take back Drouin at fucking 50% retained, and then you could have Edmondson at full price and not even fucking notice the difference. You know what I mean? Like, you can get creative with cap space. You can't, like, what you can do retaining on Edmondson, that's all you can do on it. But the more money you're able to take back, the better those offers get. The fact that you're tight against the cap, you're still tight against the cap, but if I can offer you a fucking $6 million cushion and you get Edmondson because you took Drouin at 50% retained, and you sent me back a shitload of cash, like that's the money ball game, man. That's how it goes now, you know. And now you can go out and get yourself a Dadonov too, right?
You. That one's hot. Is
money
he another
ball.
guy that has been unlucky with us? He had a good chance tonight, right? He was on the right side, wide open, missed the shot. A few of those.
He's a UFA. He's, you know what I mean? He's in the twilight of his career. I just don't think he's engaged. I think he's a better hockey player than we've ever seen. You know what I mean? I don't think he's nearly as engaged as he's been elsewhere.
Yeah. But it's a bummer that with all the players who are UFAs or RFAs who are on contract years aren't really, like, you were hoping that they would take advantage of that year, boom, to make sure that their next contract is gold. Unfortunate that these players didn't take advantage of that moment. I think the only one who did is Monahan. Unfortunately, it didn't help. But other than that, it's been a flop.
Yeah.
Has it?
And it's been a rough month.
Didn't we get something like that for... Isn't that all we got, Yoel Armia? Taking a bad contract?
Yeah, we bought out Steve Mason, Winnipeg's goalie. Yeah,
right.
I believe it was.
I know right now
Mason
it's not maybe
and Armia for a 7th.
Maybe now it's not the best timing to talk about how good Yoel Armia has served us in past, right? He was key part of that playoff run on that fourth line with fucking legends
Yeah,
like
he had
Stahl
his
and fucking
times.
Perry. They were unstoppable.
Mhm.
So we can
It was a
shit on
great-
Armia today, but the guy has served us pretty fucking well for someone that was basically in a fucking cashed up trade, right?
Says a guy that would fucking shit on Gallagher's plate,
Yeah. Love it.
right? Like,
And honestly,
Explain it. I'm not sure I get it.
I was that coming from you, a guy who is ready to send fucking Brendan Gallagher out to the fucking pasture. It's just poetic, I think. The service
yeah,
we've
you
got
think-
from Joel Armia is worth fucking.
Wait. In
We're-
that same fucking final, what did Gallagher do?
Oh man,
Nothing.
don't call my memory into fucking question.
Oh,
now.
so here's the thing: he did nothing at all for two
Okay.
playoff runs in a row. The first
No,
year in
he
the
was-
bubble, he was too damaged,
was
couldn't help the
broken,
team.
got it,
The
got
second
playoff.
year, fucking semi-final, and not one fucking single game through all the fucking finals, man. Was he ever fucking? Well, maybe I'm being a bit rough. Maybe
that
you know
game
what I
where he
mean.
bleeded like
Nothing to
almost to
justify.
death, man. What are you talking about? The Warrior picture that was everywhere.
Oh yeah, nice fucking picture. That's all, man. Fucking pictures. In the end, that's all. Dude, he did nothing for playoffs. All you want me to pull out fucking playoff stats for Gallagher?
Yeah,
guys?
but don't forget that
did
he played in
shit.
Laval before that playoff, man. He had just
He did
returned from injury.
shit. We
when he
were
entered that
lucky.
playoff.
Go on. Sorry, man. Guys, it's horrible. 22 fucking games played in the playoffs. 6 points. 6 fucking points, guys. 6 points. 22 fucking playoff games. The warrior, the heart and soul, the fire burning. The guys.
I need you to
Fuck.
listen, fucking Machiavelli. Can you fucking pull up Armia's, please, while you're there? Yeah, please.
I'm just gonna add something.
Yeah.
Armia was fucking pulling the fucking puck through the neutral zone with his body and pulling the best fucking board play we had in that playoff run, making a solid fucking difference where Gallagher didn't do that at all. But in comparison, one less game, 2 more points, and he was playing the body, the boards, the puck on the puck battles. Yeah, dude, I don't think it's fair to compare the two in playoffs, man. Not one single time has Gallagher shined in the playoffs. You remember that fucking Byron goal? He's falling and he's fucking scoring at the tip of his stick. Gallagher, zero
I do.
fucking memory of that playoff run because he wasn't there, dude. He was playing fucking invisible. 6 million's doing nothing, man. I'd take Armia in playoffs again next year if we had to step in it. I would do it again. Who would you take? You guys, you have to pick one. Armia or Gallagher going to the playoffs.
Depends fucking which one that is, really.
Okay, well,
Like,
Gallagher's
do I get to wrap Gallagher in a bubble for the
Dude.
last fucking 36
Yeah.
games of the season?
no,
I
you
do.
can't.
Then I
You
take
can't.
Gallagher
No, you
100%
can't.
of the time.
You can, but it doesn't matter. You think in 1 or 2 playoff games, Gallagher isn't capable of fucking injuring himself. You won't have him, dude. You will not
But you
have
know-
a healthy Gallagher for your playoff run.
The
However
year
one
after
way.
the playoff run would have been the year to trade Armia instead of re-signing him to that contract. He was at his peak. He still had value. Honestly, Armia was one of I think he had more value than Lehkonen at that point.
At that point, I don't know,
We
man.
should have
Gallagher
traded him
just,
after that playoff run.
oh, maybe, man.
You
Maybe.
know, I say more than him. I think my thing is flawed because Lehkonen also had great playoffs, but
really
Armia
did.
had playoffs.
Guys, he scored the goal that
And
brought
scored
us.
some of those fucking. Oh man.
No, but that one goal, the goal that brought us in the final, and then he did it again
Yeah.
with fucking Colorado. The one to get to the final and the one for the fucking cup, man. How insane is that guy, man? Wow, I miss
Clutch.
Lecky. Sad.
I miss him too, but at the same time, fucking, there's nuance to trades, man. Like, sweet Jesus, we have so many contracts, so many middle pack of the wingers. Like,
Yeah.
it was a numbers game. Like, yeah, Bergevin stocked our shelves, but he also handcuffed us with a couple of fucking doozy of contracts.
Yeah, Gallagher. I know.
Yeah.
Dude. I agree.
Petrie, I'm surprised they were able to move Petrie at that price too. To be honest,
Wait a minute. You're bringing a good point, man. Looking back at that fucking trade, don't you feel like we traded Petrie and Peeling for Petrie? He's never there, dude. Like, he's always injured. He comes in,
And like,
makes a few clumsy plays, and goes back in the fucking ER, man. It's
Yeah,
fucking Jeff
that
Petrie
trade
all over
was-
again.
All we did was dump Petrie, man. That was the only.
Yeah,
goal of
but
that
we got
trade,
back a
was
fucking
get rid of
Petrie
that.
again. We got one in return, dude. That's the whole joke. We traded Petrie
What
to
a
get
miserable, what a miserable player.
I hated him.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it wasn't for what happened during COVID, Petrie could have been a fan favorite for long term, and
I disagree.
it
oh, there's
something
still
got
fucking people that love Petrie, man. I don't
I
get
think
it.
not hearing
I
that,
think his
man.
play
I
was
don't-
with. Oh man, his play would have
people
got it.
still like Petrie.
Was he
His
not?
play was. Say that again, Matt. I missed it.
People still like Petrie.
There's people that still like Petrie. There's people that just fucking like players over management. It's like the fucking "fuck you, I quit" account kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like there's a new way of thinking. It's like, oh, management is always fucking assholes and dickheads. Players are always right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, there are people that are scorned whenever it comes to like how he fucking left this team and stuff like that. But there's people that are like, oh, he was a warrior for us and shit like that. Like, fucking, just blind, just blind. Fucking Petrie was fucking terrible anyway. He was fucking terrible.
Thank
like
you.
when he was carrying the puck, he was fine. When he was fucking, he would chase fucking plays like a lost dog in our own zone. He would leave fucking his partners out to dry. Like his first pass and his decision making was fucking atrocious. The only thing Jeff Petrie did well was carry the puck, and he fucking skated beautifully when he carried the puck. I will give him that. But
Skates like
fuck.
a beautiful unicorn. It's just
Yeah.
magic. It's pwing. There's little rays of sunshine going everywhere around him. He skates so good. He really does.
Like, yeah, he scored a bunch of points sometimes. Like, it was
Yeah.
great. But when it comes to like
That is
fucking playing a little bit of defense, he was terrible.
Defense. What's that?
Exactly.
What's that shit? Yeah, well, yeah, it's an
He
open.
might be good in the man-on-man system because then he could just fucking chase the fucking guy with the puck. You know what I mean? Go do what you want to do. But fuck, man, he like a lost fucking puppy dog. He used to chase the fucking play.
It's funny because when Edmondson arrived, we finally found something that made Petrie work. But today I realized that Petrie also made Edmondson work. It was like a two-way thing, right? You look at Edmondson's play
Yeah.
lately. Fuck, it's hard to watch, man. It's hard to
Yeah,
watch.
I agree.
Remember how fluid he looked beside Jeff Petrie?
It looks like missing Gooley is going to be a hard spot for this team.
Anyone in the chat heard in the presser after the game how long it's actually or official words on that? Because it was just rumors that François Gagnon said he heard that, but he didn't say that was it. He said he would have a confirmation after the game. So I'm wondering if there has been one. We'll see.
I can go check.
You can go check. Solid, dude.
Let me
Yeah.
check.
Oh well, we have a fact checker now, Brian. So Mathieu, listen.
Can
Eric Engel said the medical
find out if
update-
anybody ever died?
It's important, Mathieu. We've been wondering this. It's basically a big question here. If you can find
Yeah.
out if a man has ever been mauled by a bear that had a fucking ponytail, if that ever happened in history or not.
The bear had a ponytail?
No, the man.
No.
If
What I said is there's never been a man killed being mauled by a bear with a ponytail because the ponytail covers the back of your neck. It protects your neck. Well, I've been
that
saying
was your
things.
angle.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. I've
I
been
thought it
saying
was the
things back
manliness of
because-
it.
No, it's not the man. But I see. Come on.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's like, no. I've just been saying things, Matthew, because we have no fact checker, and it's kind of just something that, like, so from the conception of this podcast, I've just been saying things that might or might not be true. So, you know,
Might or might not.
If you're argumenting with Pat, you're probably right and he's probably wrong, but that's another debate.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Exactly, fucker.
But on Obviously, I'm not a hunter, and I avoid discussions regarding hair.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I've seen
We
why.
we could have a beard discussion. Look at how handsome these three are.
Let's go. Let's
I'm
go.
just going wild. I
Yeah.
need to trim it, guys. I want to put the I need to trim my mustache. It's getting kind of long.
I used to have that idea that for a podcast name, and it was inspired by Romanov. It was called the Bearded Pandas.
The bearded
Talking about-
pandas.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the other idea that was 3 beard 1 cup, right? That was a good
Oh
one.
God.
That was your. I don't come
Oh,
up with
maybe
those
that was
ideas.
me. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't come up with these.
The Stanley Cup, guys. Come on. Where did your mind
Where's
go,
your
man?
minds? Where's your
You
minds?
fucking dirty guys. I don't even know another cup.
Are we gonna get a win here soon, boys? Like, we need a win. We need a win. So, like, Team Tank can't even fucking say we don't need a win right now.
Let's have
No,
Sean.
we need
Sean,
one.
he's on the line. Hello, Sean.
Come on, Team Tank, call in.
How is it that an actual fan of a team really cheers for losses? Like, how is that not against the whole fucking fandom concept, right? You should, like, yeah, go back to Gladiators, right? You didn't cheer for, like, Ben, if he gets killed a few times, he'll be much stronger, and then we could have the first Gladiator in the fucking pro. Like,
No, but the thing is, you look at today's game against the Rangers. Habs had maybe 2 good periods, more than we had during the last few games. I watched the full first period. I wasn't on the other game, and they played a solid first period. It was boring hockey, but they were aware defensively. They didn't allow much to the Rangers. They took chance when they had opportunities. They had a few shots at the end of the period, but I felt like okay, we're getting back to being responsible defensively, being like retrieving to our zone in 5 players that we hadn't seen in a while. I felt like there was always players lacking or not being there, like fully committed.
Right.
Today's first second period, we were there. That was fun to watch.
yeah, shortly, I get what you're saying. I guess the structure was a bit
Well, we
better.
need, like I'm happy we didn't win, but I'm happy
You
we didn't
fucking
get
tanker, dude.
slaughtered.
I can't do it.
Even just to be in the games.
Yeah,
At the
here's the
beginning of the
thing.
year, it's like,
Yeah, you're right
know
on
what I
it,
mean?
Brian. We said it. At least make it watchable, right? But now we don't.
Yeah.
There's the fight.
I'm with you.
The battle's gone, right? We used to have that
Yeah.
battle, and that no quit mentality is gone. It only takes 1 goal early in the period, and it's gone. It's gone, man. We're easily
Yeah.
shut out in our minds.
Yeah.
Like it seems like the players are. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like what I'm seeing, but I don't want to hit the panic button. Something's maybe
No,
is wrong with Suzuki, like we said earlier. It's quite possible, right? And that would have a huge impact on the team,
Yeah.
especially with Monahan out. If Suzuki's not 100%, maybe he's just hurt somewhere. It's not,
I
big
would
issue, but-
I would hope that's not the case. I really don't like the idea of playing players hurt at any time, and especially in a season like this. There is literally no benefit to it whatsoever.
Okay, I get what you're. But what? Sometimes
I
you
would
don't-
hope not. I don't know the ins and outs of that room. Like it could very well. Like, you know what I mean. But in a season like this, where we're already tracking so low, they're talking about sending kids down to the AHL and stuff like that. Like, man, like, just let these guys heal if they're hurt.
Okay. See, here's the thing. Maybe it's something stupid like a fucking microfractured fucking rib, right? Where it's not gonna heal. Like, just a breathing is always gonna keep it for a fucking long time. It's playable. People
Yeah.
play through it all the time, right? You don't even stop for
Right.
that. I don't know, man. For me, it could be something that's not gonna get worse because you're playing on it. Maybe the rib is not a good example of that. But maybe it's just
I know what you're saying.
right. There's some injuries you can play through that are not more dangerous for your security. They're just gonna slow you down a bit,
Broken
right? It
finger.
happens.
Broken finger, right?
Yeah, stuff
Something
like
like
that.
that.
You're not gonna heal it during the season anyway. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna
Right.
right. Good example. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just speculating out there. But Suzuki has not looked the same. So
Right.
that's gonna show on a team that's also missing Monahan at the center. Yeah. So what do we do? get the last real number one setter we had in recent years, Max Domi. He'll score 70 points for us. Then we'll be okay. That's good.
You see, that's the type of year I was expecting.
He
from
just
all
wrapped
the
up at the
European-
Spengler Cup. Give him a call.
Give him a call.
just wrapped up at the Spengler Cup. He's in game shape. Give him a call.
I love it. You were saying that?
Appelez-le.
Oh, you're
Appelez-le,
fucking...
c'est bon.
Wow, solid, dude. Dude, you've been taking lessons in
Don't
secret,
forget to
eh?
translate that to Rob.
Brian
Oh, yeah.
with his glasses and a book every night before he goes to bed. He's like, où puis-je trouver la bibliothèque?
Firing up the babble.
What?
Firing up the babble.
Yeah. Is that your trick? Are you actually
No.
doing it?
I used to live in Cornwall, man. We had
I
franglais all
know,
over the
but
place.
That was a good one. You were spot on, man.
How long did you live in Cornwall?
Till I was 22.
For real? How old are you?
For 42.
Right on the
42?
spot like that during
So
the
you-
pod.
so
You
you
don't
Egyptians
ask
there.
that to a lady, dude.
You had a few Egyptians there in
I
Cornwall.
had a few what?
Did you know a
I
few
had what?
Egyptians in Cornwall?
Yeah, I guess so. I'd worked at the strip club.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
The guy
that was
knows
my-
every. Hang on. The guy knows every fucking Egyptian in Canada. I swear to God, dude.
Oh.
First time we actually talk on cam online, whereas we're not filming or anything. We're just chatting. It was early in the project for the first pod. The guy's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I grew up in Montreal. Yeah, which school? Blah, 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 blah. I name a guy that was an Egyptian in my class, and bam, he shows me his whole fucking resume. The whole fucking
That's
line.
hilarious.
I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? The guy was in my second grade fucking class. Show his name. Oh,
I
yeah,
would-
I know. Blah, 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 blah. He knows every Egyptian in the fucking
Not
continent.
every
I said,
Egyptian, but
Canada.
maybe 98%.
No, you're being
That's
humble
hilarious.
Right
That's
now. It's
awesome.
a full,
Yeah.
a full 100%.
That's cool though.
Crazy, man.
I don't know if I knew any Egyptians or not. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
I had a few friends that lived in Cornwall. That's why I was
So,
asking.
Brian, have you
That's
ever
cool.
had a shoe thrown at you?
Have I ever had a shoe thrown at me? No.
Yeah. No, ever? Maybe you don't know.
No.
There's still a chance you don't know an Egyptian. A slim
Fair enough.
chance.
I know a pretty cool one right now.
Yeah. He's pretty
Yeah. Yeah.
cool. Nice.
Love you, bro.
Big. Yeah. By the way, I assume everybody knows that, but the three of us that's our thing. Like, we're the three partners in that project, and yeah, it's fun to actually have a show, all three of us together.
Yeah,
Maybe
for sure, we gathered for that.
maybe a few more months of Babel and Brian can join us on the other one.
Oh my god. If there's an app maybe to slow you guys down, I could probably join you sooner.
Yeah. And with your fucking AI translating, Brian says
There
he's
you go.
very honored
Yeah.
to be there.
Where is Brian? Brian is in the kitchen.
Talking like fucking Stephen Hawkins. Brian is pretty happy.
Maybe, yeah,
Awesome. That's what I want.
that's funny. I'll try it. I'll
Yeah,
fucking be
man.
lost. I don't care.
That would be hilarious, dude. So yeah, there's actually a big month of January ahead for the pods. Both of them actually, like all Habs and Dabs and We Habs.
Yeah, well, next week we have a huge show on We Habs. Can't wait to
For
promote
sure.
it.
Can we say it?
Let's go. Okay, we have. I
we
don't
allowed?
remember. Yeah, we're allowed. It's supposed to be on January 12th after the Habs Preds game, where the Habs will honor PK Subban. We have. I don't know if you remember, Brian. It was the person who was in charge of the site called 25 Stanley, where all the rumors used to be online.
I
all
remember.
the gossip, all the Habs wives, players, parties, all the drama used to happen.
Just Matt,
and-
yeah. For context, that guy was the highest fucking percentage on point I've ever, man. The guy has given his personal cell phone to everybody downtown Montreal. You see a Habs, you give
Everybody.
me a call, and it was fucking working. He had fucking plugs everywhere, man. It was crazy. He pulled out the whole fucking Chanel saga, right? You remember that Chanel with Galchenyuk and Devante Smith-Pelly? That was him.
Yeah.
The real story
I remember.
behind Zach Cation, if I'm not mistaken, was JT Utah. Also, I will verify that with. I'll ask him all sorts of shit. Can't wait, man.
Right on.
He's coming on the show,
still
man.
partying with like Galchenyuk's sister, and he still has contacts with the Habs past era, and I find him super chill. I had the chance to chill with him too, and he's gonna be with our podcast to talk about all his story. He's now starting a new blog called the InstaHab blog on online. So yeah, we'll have JT. Jean Trudel from better known as JT Utah, that was managing
JT
25.
Utah, man, crazy. Don't. Yeah.
Can't wait,
January
It's
12th.
January 12th.
I'm
That's
so
awesome.
Awesome.
sick.
That's great, boys.
Yeah, I was actually.
That's
I won't
super
lie.
exciting.
When he told me that, I had a fucking huge erection for like hours. I was like, oh my god. I remember back in the days, he was the only guy I'd take. Dude, he was the only guy I would take seriously. The only blog where I was like, oh shit, you gotta listen to that rumor. Because, you know, shit
Right.
doesn't. Even when the rumor is good and well founded, sometimes it just doesn't happen for another reason. So it's hard to actually hit often on stuff, right? Anyway, man.
Yep.
He was crazy.
That's
man.
awesome. I'm glad you guys landed that. That's awesome. That's a big show.
Yeah, and my goal is for him to spit a few crunchy ones during the episode, or
Yeah, for sure.
let's just get some juice out of him during that episode.
And
Get
also,
some juice into him. You get the juice out of him.
Ooh.
Oh, well, exactly. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have a drink with the man.
Yeah, let's wine and dine him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On the other pod, we're actually gonna get two fucking Twitter legends on the show after a
Oh.
after a game against the
This
Leafs.
one.
Yep. After a game against the Leafs, it's gonna be crazy. Did we say who it is? It's Ginger Claus and Fulton Reed from Twitter. So
Yeah.
whatever the game outcome is gonna be at the time, which isn't looking good for us right now, by the way.
Not looking good for us, man.
But we'll have
We
a big Jakai night for sure, right? It's gonna go down.
I don't. You know what? We should actually look. I'm gonna reach out to both of them tonight. We should have like some sort of wager for that evening. You know what I mean? Like so. Like I don't know if.
Are you
if
saying
the,
you should
if
get
Toronto wins.
illegally gamble? Is that where you're? Yeah.
No. Like something. If Toronto wins, we'll change the Habs and Dabs AVI to a Toronto
Hashtag Leafs
AVI.
Nation.
Something like that. That's what we. A little wager.
Okay, hang on. Let's
Something
propose
for
them
shits and giggles.
a tweet that we compose for them or they compose for us. Whoever wins.
sounds good.
You can't delete it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'll roll that out to them because I mean Fulton's got
Oh.
6,000 or 7,000 followers now, so it would be pretty fun to fuck with his followers.
Yeah.
But he's always
yeah.
pumping Habs tires anyway. We'll have to go above and beyond. He's always pumping Habs tires. Always. Tonight he was pumping Joshua Wawa.
Joshua Wawa.
Joshua Wawa. He was pumping his
So
tires.
you
tonight.
want to
was
try
great.
it? You want to try it?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Oh, wow. Try that.
Rah!
Wow.
Joshua Wawa.
Oh, you're so good at this, dude. Say it
I
again.
can do it, man.
What?
Rah.
Roi.
Dude, Pat
Why?
tonight. Why? Why
Oh,
what?
oh, okay, so why is it Patrick Roy and Joshua Waugh? Tell me about that, because it's the same.
Ask Joshua, fuck.
Fuck. Joshua
How am I
Waugh?
supposed to know? Patrick told me to say what, and fucking Wah told me to say Wah.
Roy? Shit, dude.
Blame Gord Miller.
Well, it's okay, because as someone pointed out, fuck, I forgot who it was, on Twitter, pointed out, because I tweeted that, like, and they pointed out, well, it's okay, because have you heard Joshua Roy's English? It's fucking hilarious, dude. Like, he destroys
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
it's like, fair game. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Yeah.
Like he'd get Polish shatter too, would he?
Yeah.
Sure.
We didn't
Thanks for having me,
cover-
guys.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. But we didn't.
Having me, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. But we didn't talk about the fucking tournament as much as I would have liked. We're out of champion, boys. So let's close on this. as we exit this podcast, we're the fucking champions, guys. How do you feel, man?
I feel good. Poetic that it was against the team that spanked us in the first game.
Yeah, that's true, man. How do you feel closing the podcast on the national anthem? I feel weird about it. Being the Quebecois guy that I am, it feels like feels like an insult.
I'm the guy who tweets that we should get rid of the anthems out of all of our fucking sports, so it is what it is.
So let's stick to our song then, I guess. Thanks for watching, everyone. Mathieu, thanks for coming. It was fucking awesome.
Thank you very much, guys. Ryan, can't wait to have you on We Have.
I'm working on the French. Bye.